All right, so we're live here. Taking a look at my roster today. LostWompRat, nice enough to go through it with me. I'll give you a quick rundown of kind of what I'm working on. That way, as you go through, you can kind of know where to focus and what we can skip here. So currently, I'm working on the Jedi Knight Cal farm, farming the shards for those characters, and I'm also working on a UFU team to kind of go along with that. But while I'm farming those shards, I kind of want to get some teams finished off. I've got a lot of teams that, maybe I've relicked a key character here, a key character there, but I don't have the full team up and running. And I wanna focus more on getting some data crowns in the account that'll help me be a little bit more competitive. Um, so I think that's a good jumping off point from there. I'll let you kind of
So
do your thing.
yeah, we'll hit Datacrons because it's the quick and easy and dirty. The one that vanishes in 2 days, you get stuff for it. Last time you can clearly see you did a bit more farming than nobody, but it's like we're now both waiting on the new stuff. So nice and easy. Ships. We will go like this. Capital ships. You've got the Executor, your top 10 in your fleet. You can't say much other than that. You've got a negotiator, Relic 5. I think when I did look last time, you had a decent negotiator fleet as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Negotiator's been my primary. I've been using that in GAC to attack. And I've been throwing Executor on defense just because nobody that I face is able to clear it. So it's always nice to be able to hold that wall. It's made a difference for me in a few GAC matches. Um,
Are you using it as triple attacker defense or
so in
as
GAC,
normal houndstooth?
yeah, so in GAC, what I'm running, I have Houndstooth, Razor Crest, and I'm actually running IG 2000 in the opening lineup.
Yeah,
Just because the offense kind of seems to really stack quickly when you keep him in there. And I'm bringing Xanadu Blood as my first reinforcement.
that's pretty much the standard. I'm planning triple attacker just because I want to be an awkward to people. But yeah, so
Gives people
quickly
something else
having a
to
look
think
at you.
about, right? When they can't, and then
Yeah,
Townstooth's not in there to start, it's a little bit different. I hear what you're saying.
yeah. But quickly had a quick look at your bounty hunters. They're all decently, what's it? They're all literally the requirements. So the only thing I would ever say is get Moscow because it's a tank. He gets tankier as he gets bigger. 501st. I know that you're getting gassed up at the moment.
Yeah,
So
that's all of my Get One and Mark Two raid currency are going towards trying to get him to 7 stars right now. It's been painfully slow getting characters relics without having those resources, but I'm almost there. I'm thinking probably another 2 weeks to get gas to 7 stars.
yeah, your droids now, you've got your General Grievous team, which is General Grievous's team. It's a horrible little team. So you can't say anything there. It's a good little team to have as a five team. Yeah. All the right Zetas, pardon me, all the right Zetas are on. Empire, again, we were saying a while ago about this, and it's like you've got your Piat because of Executor. It's just missing the few bits to pull up with it for Imperial troopers to make quite a dangerous team that's a bit more unsuspecting than people realize.
Yeah, and there's a lot of great overlap there too with the new raid. So that's a team I'm going to continue to
Yeah,
work on. As I said, I'm going to finish some things off that I've got started. But even where that team's at now, I'm getting a lot of value out of it in territory wars, primarily against those Poggle Omicron teams that we all struggle with. As long as you can go first, you can usually win that battle. There's a lot of AoEs on that team, a lot of nice things. So good investment for Imperial troopers, and it'll pay off even more when the new raid comes out.
yeah. And another team for the new raid is all of the lovely Ewoks. We've already both said this. It's although I was around for the Ewok meta of speed walks, it's like sitting there now. I want to do it again. I get from your point of view, it's not worth doing it if you're a newer player because it's a lot of investment in a team that's not particularly amazing until you get them all over that 300 speed barrier. When you do that, they just become a pure nightmare to deal with.
Yeah, and then for those of
Um,
you who are watching and you hear Womprat talking about last time we talked, a little background. We shot this video once already. It was 45
yeah.
minutes long, and the sound did not come through on his end. And that was on me. I apologize for that.
Oh,
Um,
it's fine.
I had to go in and tune the OBS a little bit. So, um, so this isn't the first time we're going
The,
through here.
the thing is, we got a lot of information out of our system that we
Hmm.
needed as well. Stuff like we know that you're not doing first order, so quickly looking at it, I'm guessing they were leveled as you were leveling
Exactly.
for doing
Exactly.
potentially dark side. We'd never look at fleet commanders because I can't be bothered. Galactic Republic, it's like you've got very good teams. You've got Kenobi for a Padme team. You've got Anakin for your where is he? He's run off.
Up.
Qui-Gon Jinn,
Yep.
Mace, Shakti. You can swap those all round. It's a very good set of Jedi there. You've got Plo Koon up at a decent level. Needs to be a bit higher to be more annoying, but
Yeah, and
he's
I
one
just
of
use
those
him
Jedi that,
primarily for his ship right now, just to get that heal.
yeah,
That reinforcement ability is really all I'm getting out of him at this point. But Galactic Republic is
yeah,
one of my favorite factions, so I definitely put some focus there.
yeah. Your Geos, it's the Poggle Cron of Poggle Cronness. I think this is one that we were talking about. That was it. Poggle that was
Sunfac
no,
was the
it was
mods we wanted to fix. We wanted to get health
yes,
primaries on
some
there.
fat. Yeah, all the health that you can, simply
I
because
should have I should
although
have went in there and did that between videos.
it's that moment though, is it's showing that with how the health pool and the protection pool works for geos, it's worth ignoring some facts taunt ability, basicing as much as you can with some fact, just for the simple fact that you use him as your massive health pool. Because when you think now, you've got what, 300 37k worth of health, where you're missing what, 5% health there. There's
Yep.
more protection there. Another 5% worth of health there. So you got another 10% health. It's more giving the team the sticking capability.
Yeah, and that's
So
definitely probably my biggest easy fix that has come out of these conversations that we've had with you.
yeah,
That'll be done today. The Sunfax getting those health primaries on those mods immediately. So
yeah.
that's very helpful.
You your hook cartel, it's only the characters you've needed for your executor.
Yep. And with
But
Greedo and
uh,
Embo, I mean, even at those low levels, I've kind of mixed them into some teams in the crate raid,
yeah,
and just being able to explode the bombs has been helpful. So that's a good faction to invest in, even
yeah.
at low gear.
We've already touched on your Imperial Trooper team, but you can see what team you pretty much use is the top line of them. It's a good little team.
Yep.
Can't say anything there. Inquisitors, you've not touched, which we talked about. It's not on the cards for you for going for Grand Inquisitor. Jawas, they're okay. They get your points in crate. That's Jawas in general.
Yep.
At the moment,
I tell you though,
they're
at that
not a
gear
team.
level, they pay out. They pay out
Yeah,
120 to 150k every crate raid. So if you're somebody who's maybe struggling to get to that 500k box, if you can do this team, and a lot of these guys you get for free in the ally orbs, or from a store farm that you're not spending otherwise, that'll get you to that 500k mark, which will get you a good amount of the personal track rewards, and it'll
yeah,
really help your roster grow. So they're not going to be around forever paying that out, but in the meantime, they're very cheap to gear.
yeah. So then you've got your Jedi team. you've got lots of Jedi unlocked. You've got lots unlocked 2 7 stars. I can see when you need them, you're just going to gear them and as and when. So you can't really say much there. Your Mandalorians, yes, this was one where you've literally got three at a decent level and the rest are meh,
Yeah,
which we already said you've not close to getting moles, so one of those. Night Sisters, my favorite faction out of the whole game. And yeah, yeah, you've done
that's
sod all.
that's a team that's being worked on though. I'm as part of the Jedi and
Yeah,
Kale farm. I'm doing Marin. I'm doing a
yeah.
refresh of her every day, and I'm also farming Mother
It,
Talzin right now. So as soon as Marin's up to 7 stars and getting ready to be geared up to G12, that team's coming up. My strategy here, I'm gonna relic Daka
yeah,
first. So I know having her pretty big can make that team punch up pretty well. So she's going up to Relic 5 as soon as that team gets built. And then Marion, I'll probably take to Relics as well. She's done so many good things for that Night Sister team.
yeah.
And, they have an
It
assault
with
battle too. So that's a great return there.
with Daka now, every mod should be health, including the arrow.
Yep.
You don't need the speed bonus on her. You want her to be the ultimate brick wall of oh god. And with having Marin, she regenerates protection. It just becomes horrifically fast. And you just can't burn her down, which means you can't kill off the team, which means you eventually get stuck. Your Old Republic, we said you've unlocked it at the same time as Gast.
Literally the same day.
You,
The same day I
it,
unlocked both of those, and then the resources have been gone ever since.
yeah. So it's one of those. I'm not even going to say that you need to push on it because you you're focusing on Gast. We've already we've said all along Rex has been so good for Phoenix. So good. And there isn't a bad Phoenix team now.
Right.
Like you
They're
can
plug and play all
swap
those characters.
change.
As long as you have Hera and Rex,
Yeah.
you're good.
It's like Zeb even hits that hard that you don't need a tank. But at the same time, if you want to take like Chopper, Kanan, Ezra, Rex, and Hera, that team just becomes a maul to get through. So it all depends. Your Rebels, you've got loads, you've got bits for the new raid. Pardon me again. Got bits for the new raid, your CLS team. We make the joke about Chupio in my account being non existent at the moment. It's always the last part because Chewbacca, Han, C3PO, Luke, they're all parts of other farms. So they always end up being your priority.
Yeah.
Cheapio is literally the bolt on that nobody wants.
And he's the Cairo character too, so that's another Cairo investment
Yeah,
character. But I'll tell you, even at low gear, you get that stat sharing out of him. He still makes that team infinitely
yeah,
better.
yeah, exactly. The most hated character that I dislike is Saul Guerrera. You've not touched your rebel fighters apart from Kara, really, who is what you need for
Bam.
Mando. Well, yeah, bam. So one of those of I do feel sorry for you going for Jedi Knight Cal because he's such a Cairo investment. It's painful to even want to do it. Where are we up to? Resistance, you've not really touched. Rogue One, you've not really touched. Scoundrels, we've already talked about most of the scoundrels in here. You have got Mission and Zalbar as well, which is great. Grief is coming up, which is a critical part of the nasty version of bounty hunters, especially taking Mando with him, because that's not wrong, being able to insta kill anybody. Your nest is behind, but it's one of those we said it's not important, but it's not off the back of your mind. Your separatists, you've got the two full squads. You've got Water Tambor, but why oh why are you not using them as a mod locker? It,
Um,
it's that moment of if he's got okay mods, he's got okay mods, but
yeah, it was
you
all
know
really
full
kind of like
well,
leftovers that I just threw on him, and the thought was, maybe we'll get him to a second turn when you throw him in with somebody that needs a boost. So if I was running
yeah,
a solo, like a Vader solo or like a Savage solo in GAC, you could always throw Watt in there and just get a little boost at the beginning. And then if he dies, he dies. If he gets a second turn, great. He's
yeah,
plug and play. Watt's a great character.
yeah. Your Sith team, brilliant. You've got Trey at a decent level. You've got her Zetas and Omis. You've got Savage's Zeta and Omi. You've got Nihilus. You've got Scion at a decent level. That is a four-man team of chaos. Whatever you throw extra Sith wise, whether it be Emperor Palpatine, Talon, Sith Marauder, it's just pure mayhem.
That
Because
team has carried me in GAC. I throw that
yeah,
team on my bottom front wall, and I just
yeah,
watch it rack up holds. If my opponent doesn't have
the,
a GL, they don't get through it. Or if they have a GL and they throw it on defense, they don't get through it. It's such a great team to have, and low investment too.
so your Sith Empire, we've already said about it being really, really strong because Darth Revan and Bastia is so strong. But again, it's you've got the ability to get Malik. I know that you said it. He is on your radar to unlock, but again, he's a gets to and Mark two currency investment. At the moment, that's gas, so he's going to be a while yet anyway.
Right,
But it's worth getting him unlocked just for having him ready to go because it does make that team a little bit stronger.
right. And with my Darth Revan right now, him being the only one left up, that team's not great, and it should be a powerhouse team. But I have Darth Revan modded pretty well for speed, and he's kind of a gimmick. But when he gets out there and goes first, I still do get holds with that team, and they have to commit something in GAC to beat it. So it's doing something for me, but it should be doing more.
Yeah. As you were saying about Tarful, you're having to farm in for Cal. We had that about 10-minute conversation just about the Wookiee team and whether you would use it, whether it's going to be dismantled and everything else. In my opinion, we do need more than what's it because Chewbacca, 3PO, Zalbar, Chrysanthemum, they all go on their own teams already.
Hmm.
Vandor goes off with Dash. It's literally two Wookiees we have spare.
Yeah, and I think I will eventually get that team going. I mean, Tarful building that team up with defense, it can catch people off guard, I think. And I think it's, at least in the early stages, probably going to be a team that I'm more likely to use in 3v3 than 5v5, just because I don't think I'll have enough parts built up to go with him. But
Yeah.
I mean, I have to build them, so hopefully I can get some use out of them somewhere.
So now we're to your Yufus.
Yes, and this is a team that I am currently going to be building. So my thoughts on this team, obviously Seer lead, Kale's going to be on the team. I want to do the Omicrons on both Kale and Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. Um,
Yep.
and then Ray Scavenger will be on the team as well. She's a pretty standard character in that team. The fifth, I'm kind of up in the air on, and this is a team that I
Yep.
want to throw on the front wall in Territory Wars. With the two Omicrons active, it's going to be a real tough team for people to get through. I think it's going to demand a GL, kind of how like that Treya Savage team demands a GL in GAC.
Yeah.
So, I know you had some feedback for me before, but just for the video here, since we're doing this a
Yep.
second time,
So
go ahead and let
we
me hear
went
it.
through we went through your options because you were talking about Kylo Ren on Mast. A brilliant tank to throw on there. Gets annoying fast. Again, same with Night Sister. Brilliant tank, so much health. But with Cal and Junda and Ahsoka and Ray, it's a really strong team anyway. So you don't need the tank, but you need the survivability. Now, Visa Smart is needed eventually for Starkiller. and she can revive for you. So the idea was to kit up Visasmar now because you said once you've done Cal, you'll be looking at going to a GL before then potentially looking at Starkiller. So you're going to get Visas if you got Visasmar up, that's at least 6 months of use on this team. Where potentially, if they target Cal down because it's the AI, they want to be annoying, or if it's on defense, if somebody is playing target, you need to kill Cal or you need to kill Seer. You don't have a choice. You've got to kill one very, very quick. Visas Mar being there means you've got to kill, say, Seer first, but then you have to kill Visas Mar seriously quickly because otherwise Seer stands back up and you're back to square one in seconds. And the whole thought was this team being a very thick, very grindy team to eat through, Visa Smart will make it harder. And it will make it throw it on defense, watch somebody cry a little bit inside, or take it on the attack. Just suddenly, oh, they've struck down Cal straight away on you. I don't care. Stand back up
Yep.
and watch people's brains explode when Visa Smart is being used on anything but a star killer. Because yeah, why not use an important part of another team that you will eventually build up as early as you can? Because it's just mind blowing how many people forget that those characters have those naughty tricks that
Right.
we all
I
know
love
and
that
love.
idea too because look at Seer, Cal, in Ahsoka. That's such a thick team, hard to kill team. When you throw a revive into that team, that's a headache.
It just
That's a
yeah,
headache.
it makes you want to throw up a little bit inside. The fact that she's 100 Cairo, and well, it's the Cairo Computer One and 200 Mark III Carbanti. She's not a big investment.
No, I love it.
She's she's not something that you've got to throw a couple of hundred resets a day at just trying to get there.
Yeah, and
So
I am on a Cairo budget right now because they are going quickly,
yeah,
especially with
that's
this
gas
farm.
for you.
Seer and Cal are both high Cairo characters, so Visa's over, a ninth sister who's going to eat up a lot would be a
Yeah.
nice break
You've
on the
got,
old budget.
I know Kylo Ren on Mast is a low Kyro one as well, but it's more a case of you could still do him, but how far off are you from First Order? How
Yeah,
far off from Star Killer are you? Are you going to use him anytime soon? And if the
I'm
answer's
I am much closer to
not,
Star Killer in my farming plan than I am to SLKR.
yeah, and just unlocking Visa Smart, get her to 7 star, even if she only gets like gear 10, it's still more annoying for your opponent. And when you come round to having that Star Killer team to swap to day one, you pull her off this team, you put in your Kylo Ren or you put in your Night Sister, or we might have another choice by then. And you go, congratulations, my Star Killer team is now missing a Jedi, which you've already got Jedi relics.
Got lots
So
of
you're
Jedi.
sitting there, so you're sitting there straight off the bat in a much better place.
Makes sense. I like it.
So overall, as an account goes, it's so much more fun reviewing accounts that are down in Bronzium, down in anything really below Kyber, because you get closer and closer to Kyber, every account becomes same old, same old, same old. If you don't have the same type of kit, you end up falling out of Kyber really quick. Or if you do have all the kit, you go through a Rhodium and you're into Kyber in a couple of days. And it's one of those where it's so nice seeing completely different accounts. And as a guild, we were saying we want to see, um, yes, those core teams that the guild needs, but then stranger type of teams that are going to make people think, well, if they saw your Cal team on defense with Seer, and then underneath it you saw my bounty hunter team, you're sitting there going, they're two completely different teams. What on earth do we throw at it? I don't know. And the whole idea is we want as a guild to be really unique, really strong. but so well organized behind the scenes that when it comes round to territory wars, we can put out those horrible, horrible teams as we do with one in the guild already. He drops his star killer. He asks us every single time. He doesn't need to ask, but he always is allowed to drop that star killer in that horrible place because, according to our map, it doesn't live there. Nothing lives there.
Hey,
But
Star Killer's good
that's,
by me.
yeah, exactly. So it's just one of those where it's so nice to see such a unique account. I'm so happy that you haven't started heading towards Ratus or that pile of rebel scum. But at the end of the day, it's a really nice account. Thank you
I
very much for letting us go through it.
Yeah, I
The next
appreciate you
one we
taking the time.
the next one we said will be my account.
Correct.
Um, Currently, I'm at 1.4 ish million. It's very, very low. I'm intending on being much higher by next weekend. So even if we did one of these a weekend, we'll happily do it with any officers. You can listen in, you can talk to us whilst we go through it. We're never going to rip you
No,
accounts apart
all
unless you,
constructive.
yeah. It's like I may take the piss with what having mods, but it is literally. I used to be in Kyber. My what was either fully geared and not a single mod on him, or it was used as a mod locker where every mod was different, but it was a damn decent mod that I couldn't afford to scrap. And I never had room for mods. So
They got to go somewhere.
it's one of, yeah, it's got to go somewhere. Oh, look, here's a mod lock.
Yeah,
I don't care what his mods were. And this is the thing, we're not at that stage. We're at the stage where we can actually talk about mods. We can go through things. And if somebody turned around and said, "Can you help? Can me and you help do a modding session on a random set of teams in their group?" I'd do it. And
100%.
this is what I think. This is where you and me have both said. Let's actually have our guild open to everybody. Apart from when we're fighting territory war, you're never going to see our defenses and our defensive plans. I'm on our third one now, I think, or something like that. I've got backups for. So even if you've fought us before, do not expect the same because you will have headaches.
Hey, keep them guessing. I like it. We're on a good streak right now. Let's keep that territory win streak
Yeah.
going. Um,
So
anything closing remarks you wanna say? I mean, I know I want to throw out to people that if you want us to take a look at your roster, I know I'm willing to. I know Mom's willing to.
yeah,
And hopefully next time we'll have a little bit better planning. We'll have a few more people on the chat as well.
yeah.
'Cause I know we,
If
we kind of
if
threw
you
this together
do
out of nowhere today. So
Yeah, if you do have questions, anything, feel free. If they're on the YouTube page, I will be watching them, see if there's messages on there. Any questions on there, I'll try and help. If you put on there for me to look at them, I'll look. It will all help where we can, even if you're not in our guild or you're somebody that's waiting to join our guild or somebody that wants to join our guild. We're not there to go, oh, you can't join. Yeah, there's requirements for joining, but at the same time, we're very flexible. As long as you work hard for us, we'll help you. And that's what this game should be. It shouldn't be let's get all our teams to be the very best. Let's actually have a guild that's fun to be in, but at the same time, seriously competitive because I don't intend on losing Territory War. I've got a horrifically normal GAC win rate for me. I'm winning 2 out of every 3, but I'm fighting people that are 3.2 million. That's the lowest I've fought this time, and I've won 2. So it kind of
hey, I
shows
don't think
that
I've ever faced anybody with less GP than me. I can't recall the last time I saw that. So that means we're playing
when
well,
I
right?
was, yeah, when I was on my old main account, I was constantly fighting people around my same GP, but I was sat at 10.2 million. All of us were the same. And that was our problem is every account was same old, same old. I go scouting, yeah, congrats. And I think that's another video that we can do at some point, especially for a guild. It's a scouting video on GAC. and
I like it.
go through how we think, how we plan, and uh, that one will be a bit more of a headache to film for us because I'm going to have to also have my SWGOH account open to everything else. So it is that moment of when we come to that bridge, we will find a way.
Well, we're working through the technical difficulties as evidenced today. So I appreciate you taking the time. I think we'll wrap
Yeah,
it up now. We've got a good video here. I look
yeah,
forward to doing more
we're
of these, and then
we're a
hopefully get
little
some
bit
more
longer
voices
than
in the room.
planned, but little
Sorry.
bit longer than planned. But at the end of the day, I want to be able to put the information out there. The first 15 minutes of any video is the important stuff. The last little bit, we're here to try and explain something or help something or go through questions, or if somebody's stuck on something, to give help and guidance from people that are doing it. And what that's what we do. We're two officers in the same guild. We're there to help. We're not there to like do anything else.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right. Have a good one, and let's check the audio this time and make sure it actually works.
Fingers crossed, man. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
See you soon. Bye.